All right, guys, welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a look at this 125 year bar, 250 year bar, 375 year bar sequence. This is a continuation off of my video from yesterday. I just transferred these dates and times over, and as you can see, I've transferred them over to Bitcoin. And what is happening here is a sequence broken down from 125 to 25, 5 year, and then 1 year bars. And so this is your 5 year period. This is the open of a new 5 year bar. This current year landed on the structures of and the closing level area of 2 bars back. Okay. Now that's after it went up and hit the closing level of this bar 2 years back. Boom, boom, is bullish. Okay. And I showed you on Bitcoin. I showed you on SPX, but I didn't show you on Bitcoin. The video was getting a little bit too long, so I just kind of stopped doing it. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and come over to here. We are in the 3rd year of this 5 year bar, bouncing on the low of the 1st year. And the 3rd to the 4th seek out the high. All right. And now we are in our current year bar, the open of a 5 year bar, the open of a 25-year bar. Okay. This date only says the December 25th because I'm on the weekly time frame over here. If I go to the daily, it'll show that it's 26, the 26 open. So when this bar opened, right, this bar closed and it dumped back down to the high of 2 bars back structure over here. This is the 2 bar back high. From this point, we fall up under the close of 2 bars back and dump down to the other structural levels of 2 bars back. And if we look, we are bar 1 in a 5 year bar. In the previous 5 year bar, it hit bar 1 levels. And so we are playing around with 2 bars back, odds and evens, and we are playing around with the previous bars, bar 1, and right there is odd and evens as well. So, yeah, that's it. We can go down to a daily time frame, let you get a little view of it. But anyway, we can still see at these highs and these points where it came over. If you follow and start to understand the 2 bar back strategy, all you really need to know is how to look for levels and what levels, and then you see your signal here from 2 days back. And then we're back up under level, and 2 days back, you'll start to see it. You can see the other videos I have in which I'm showing everything and how it moved. But again, we're back down here to a major level, and we are at 2 day bars back. Boom, goes to the high. 2 bars back area, comes down. It comes back up into it, does it again. And it just keeps doing it until it breaks down towards the bottom. But anyway, that's all it. That's it for the 125 year bar for this right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the 250 for you. All right, we've got our 250 year bar sequence on here now. So as you can see, it's kind of like your typical what would be trades. Like if you looked at this like a day, right? Well, we could split this by, by 5 with a little piece here just to get like a quick guess on, what bar we would be in, and that would be roughly the 3rd bar low bouncing around into the 1st bar area here. It didn't quite touch it, but that's just kind of getting like a general quick understanding really fast whenever you're just trying to do something like this on a yearly bar and you're not breaking it down to smaller time frames. We again have up here in this section, the 3rd section, rejecting the 1st section. Okay. So when we understand this system, we can see how and why it would do things. So it comes down, goes into the new year, it comes back over, and then this would be the open bar. So this is bar 1, this is bar 2, this is bar 3 from my 10-year bar on the 250-year sequence with 2-year bars as your base bars. So what we have here is this kind of pushing back towards the level of 2 bars back here, and then you get the long from it. It front ran it, but that's the general thing there. It did that. And if we use the logic of this is my opening bar and we use this like this is Monday, this is Tuesday, we can see that Tuesday broke outside of Monday and then came back inside, crossed the range, and then went all the way up here to the high, and then, you know, hit that level there. And now we are in bar 3. We went through the previous bar, high of ourselves, dumped down. We're up under our low, playing with the high in these 2 levels here from 2 bars back. Now this is a 6-year period here, right? 2, 4, 6 years. We are working on the 6th year right now. We've closed 5 years into it, and then, you know, now we're working on the 6th. But that's your levels, and that's your strategy there for this perspective. Yeah, we'll throw this on there real quick and just kind of get a look at it, see what it says. And bar 2 broke outside of bar 1, and then bar 3 rejected bar 1, and then it came back down. Okay, so we can understand this 2 bars back strategy in many forms, in many ways, and get clarity on it and understand what is going on here. And so yeah, that this is a simplified form. If you want to start getting more and more into it, all you have to do is go to the lower time frames. You get more and more data, faster and faster moves. So clearly this will be a slow move. And then in the other mathematical perspectives of the 125, 250, 375, whether we're talking about months, weeks, days, or intraday levels, you know, we just get smaller and smaller, and they can execute faster and faster and faster. And hence why we would take swing trades versus scalp trades or intraday trades, a couple weeks or a couple day longs, you know, something like that. So, all right, so this is 250. We'll go ahead and jump over to the 375 real fast, and then we'll get you guys up to date. Keep this video short. All right, now we've got our 375-year bar. And you can see that we've also closed the major level for all 3 at this point here, which is pretty cool. So you've got the 250, the 125, 250, and 375 coming into this area here, showing the importance of this large math closure right here. And it has broken down to 2 bars back high, and the closing levels are farther down. So when we get up in here, we could reject this or the high of our year, and you know, that right there may be the signal to short us back down farther. So, you know, you can go down towards your previous levels. We can hit this level, come back down to this level. So we can understand a lot about this. Again, we'll just throw our little tool on here, bring it over here and see what we got. And it looks like somewhere in here would have been bar 2 area. Bar 4 broke out of bar 2 there. So we can see that it can still react to it. And in this form here, if we come up here, we can see that this right here to roughly in this area here would have been a previous high, and just doing the math like this. So just doing it with a quick little breakdown, but all the other time frames show that stuff better. So you don't have to do this generalized, you know, tool use right here, which is not exactly connected and it is not perfect. So you can't exactly trust it. It's for getting like a general thesis of the area, and then you go to the other time frames and get your stuff straightened out. But yeah, that's it right there for Bitcoin. Transfer it over, and you can see it's still working, doing all this stuff. And again, every bit of the 2 bar back strategies and everything can be read on every time frame. Okay, so if you got a week here, it comes over 2 weeks after that week high, it hit it and it dumped down, and then it breaks down 2 bars back weekly level, and it just keeps doing it. So, you know, we have a 2 bar back down here shooting us down on the weekly, and then, you know, you start getting all of your signals and stuff. Here is 2 weeks back, the low of 2 weeks back to this black candle here, and there's your signal to go long. And if we come down to a 3-day bar just for fun, we can do it again. We can take this and we can adjust it out to that level, and there's our 3-day bar, 2 bars back level, right? We can keep doing this. Once we start to get the flow and understanding of what we're doing, we can start to see how in these ranges down in here that we're 2 bars back. And if we go down to the daily bar, we can see how it came down through here, and it was doing 2 bars back right here. And that's where your long came in. It went up, it came back down. This one landed on the levels of 2 bars back here. Up here, here's our short, back down to our level. So that right there, once you master the system and you understand the mathematics behind it, you can start to see these trades before they ever unfold. You can know that you'd be a day before, a day or two before the move sometimes. So you can see all these little levels in here. Just understand the math and the bigger perspective, and understand how you can look for trades in that to try to find us. Now, up here at the top where you seen I did the weekly level, and this is 2 bars back on the weekly. When we hit the weekly level, we are 2 bars back on the daily. 2 bars back out of 2 bars back, right? Again, right here. This is another one. This was 2 bars back low, hit over here, and then we start filling below it there. We get up in this range, and it fails below that one there. Does the same thing. Gets up underneath the previous stuff here, fails up underneath it. All right, guys, that's what I got for you.